Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekscene. I'm at the Midwest Media Expo. I am standing here with the crew of We Are Cosplay, Paul, Angelique, and Nyq with a Q.
It's true.
It is true.
He's weird.
How are you folks doing on the final day of Midwest Media Expo?
It's been a great weekend. It's been really, really fun and exciting. Did a panel earlier, expert panel. The costume contest yesterday was insane. We got the triage booth here. It's our first time here at M2X, so we're happy to be here. It's been great.
Super awesome to be able to come out, and we haven't done a con in Michigan, so super cool.
What about yourself?
I've been having a great weekend and meeting new people. Super excited to get some new members in the group and fix some awesome costumes for the costume contest. So great weekend.
And what is We Are Cosplay about?
It pretty much is a community of creatives, cut and dry. That's the Facebook group serves as pretty much a knowledge base for creatives to kind of come. And I mean, the name, the brand is We Are Cosplay. It's really encompasses all of creative culture. We have photographers who are engaged with us, as well as artists, musicians, videographers, comic book 2D artists, etc.
Writers.
Makeup artists, everybody. It's a great place to kind of come together, share ideas. Think of it kind of like in the 70s they had art communes. It's sort of like that.
Ideas exchanging. We also do a lot of different types of events, charity stuff. We do a lot of fun things like movie meetups and St. Patrick's Day Parade. We do cosplay karaoke, and we cast for these events from within our group, which is a Facebook group. And we partner with a lot of really awesome people like Reed Pop, Lurie's Children's Hospital, Make-A-Wish of Illinois. UMACon, of course, yeah.
And I think what's really cool about it is that everyone spends all this time working on their costumes, and primarily we were meeting around cons, and we thought about there's things to do all year long to like get together and celebrate the costumes everyone's made and just make our friendships flourish throughout the year and not just those few touch points.
And you mentioned that Midwest Media Expo is your... You can go.
Yeah, I gotta go get reanimated, guys. I'll be back.
Well, he had to take off to go to a pretty sweet panel that he was looking forward to.
Totally.
Hey, you gotta get
some great panels this weekend.
Yes, you gotta get your interviews in when you can, and you gotta go to panels when they happen. It never plays. I mean, it never plays well to be late to anything.
No.
But you mentioned earlier that this is your first time to Michigan.
Yeah.
Why is that, Paul?
Well, I mean, first time in terms of us being at a convention. We're based out of Chicago, so we do a lot of work in Chicago. But we have members, We Are Cosplay members on the Facebook group. All over. We have members from New Zealand, the UK. We've
Thailand.
got Thailand. Yeah, there's another group in Thailand. But there are Michigan members as well. It's really we get connected with people. We like to be in touch. So we keep busy schedules because it's not a full-time job for us. We have day jobs. Passion is what like most people within the culture. Passion drives what we do. So our times are limited. But when someone is able from an organization reaches out to us, we do what we can to try to schedule an opportunity to be a part of it.
So invite us to your events.
Yeah,
all over the world.
Yeah. We don't ask for money. We come out to do things for passion. I mean, it's helpful for us to get to conventions that are outside of our scope. If people offer us budget to bring us in, put us up for the weekend, but we don't ask for any monetary
You don't have insane writers in your contract?
Our writers are we need
only brown M&Ms.
a couple of tables, a place to put the banner. That's pretty much it. And then if it's something again out of our scope, a place for us to crash for a couple days. But we supply all the triage supplies when we do triage at conventions. That's all done through donations from members as well as people who sponsor us throughout the year. We replenish it after every con, and we also take contributions in terms of not just material things, but people say, "Hey, do you guys have bobby pins?" And we didn't the first time we did this, so we're like, "Bobby pins next time." Got it, check. So the next day we're back with bobby pins. So we're always expanding stuff when people need it, just so we can the idea, as Angelique mentioned. When we're at a convention, people come, something breaks in their costume. They spent months and hours and years working on things. we've seen plenty of people who are sad before we started doing this, sad that they got to go back to, and we've done it ourselves. Like, you get upset, you spend all this time, and now something broke or fell off or bumped into something because it's crowded for whatever reason, and then now you have to either take it off or walk around with it broken. And most people don't care; they're just excited. But as being a person who's put so much time into it, you kind of want to show your best. So hence, I mean, the other groups do it. Some great people out there who bring out their first aid kits and stuff. So we established our triage and place where people can come, get things patched up, get back on the floor, and enjoy the convention experience.
And I think that's pretty cool, even though I've been giving you a hard time all weekend for being Chicago-based. It's all in jest. Truthfully, I think it would be awesome if Michigan would start up not as the same concept or join
totally,
up.
yeah.
Like, totally turn it into a Midwest thing. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's the Facebook group side where we engage with our members to do events and stuff, and then there's what we do on the brand side, running the brand, establishing the brand with conventioneers like Reed Pop and Wizard and the Omicron folks. It helps us open doors to engage with them, as well as work with other vendors who work with those vendors. We've gotten so many opportunities because we've worked with conventioneers. So it's super cool. It also means that we don't expect or want to be the only ones doing this sort of thing. We want everyone to take up arms. Start up a group if you want. You want to do something in Michigan. Do it. Just it doesn't have to be us. It can be you. You can step up and take things on your own. I mean, we're there if you want to, some resource or whatever. But yeah, it's all about building a true community where people actually engage with one another. That's
I was going to
important.
say just some of the benefits of the brand as well as we do hospital events, and sometimes just having something more organized and polished allows you to seem like you're committed, you're professional, and it makes you a little bit more trustworthy when you're going into some scenarios that, you can't just come in and walk into a hospital, for instance. So I think it opened a lot of doors for us to really have a more polished and known brand and have a lot of events under our belts.
And movie theaters as well. There's been unfortunate incidences in movie screenings and premieres and stuff like that, where people come in costumes and some bad things happen. So every event that we do is completely 100% engaged with the organization that's putting on the event. So they know we're there, and we have, that's where our writer comes in. That's usually just kind of coincides with what our base writer for our volunteers. They need a place to change. They need a place to secure their stuff. If it's a movie meetup, tickets to go see the movie, some popcorn, some soda. I mean, it's really not much. It's a great. We want all parties involved to feel like they're having a good time.
And a box full of brown M&Ms.
Yeah, in a box full of brown M&Ms.
Only brown.
Only brown. Well, all right. Well, take a step away from We Are Cosplay for a moment to learn a little bit more about you two as we're wrapping this up. What was your first exposure to cosplay?
I think I always had this idea. Well, growing up as a kid of the 70s, I watched the Spider-Man cartoon, so I always wanted to meet or be Spider-Man. So that was kind of what I was like. Oh, I always had that love in me, and then I got to a point after my college years, like, oh, it'd be cool to just dress up like Spider-Man and like go mow somebody's lawn and just like, hey, do a good deed, just something fun,
As Spider-Man?
As Spider-Man, heck yeah, like compliments to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, that must have been really sweaty though.
Well, I didn't get to. So, but that idea kind of rolled into Angelique.
It's never too late, by the way.
Angelique, yeah, totally. I'll mow your lawns as Spider-Man. Angelique she was involved with a cancer charity, and we kind of spun it into that, where it's like, well, let's make some costumes. We'll put a team of costume people together to help raise money for the charity and bring more awareness as much as we could. And that was super cool. So we love doing that. And then that I think was, aside from everyone's, the blanket statement of, oh, I loved Halloween, well, who didn't?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, but yeah, I mean, that's obviously, I think, a common thread for all of us. But it's also that artistic spirit, that's kind of carried. I mean, we're the three of Nick, all three of us have art backgrounds. We all went to art school, and we're all artists on some level, whether it be music or design, etc. All of that kind of comes from there.
Okay.
I think as far as, I mean, costuming, that first charity event, I did Nocturne, I dressed up, it was awesome. But I think as far as performance, our first big costumes were Skeletor and Evelyn from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, 2006 San Diego Comic-Con. I convinced, Angelique's also my wife, and our social media director.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Scandal.
Nick's not married to either one of us, but he's an awesome dude. He's
And
our media.
people have questions, I'm sure.
He's our media director, and I'm the creative director. But anyway, sorry. San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, we wanted to do the masquerade, or I wanted to do the masquerade. Did you want to do it too? I don't remember.
I
think
had
kinda
a
convinced
morbid
her.
curiosity about it.
Yeah.
I'm a little shyer. So
But
getting on stage was terrifying.
She loves the creative. She likes the crafting and the cosplay. That's costuming. I like being into the character too. So yeah, Skeletor and Evelyn. So we did. For us, it was awesome. We loved it. We got to record with a friend of ours. We actually did Skeletor and Evelyn, kind of like a Sonny and Cher thing. We rewrote the lyrics to "I Got You, Babe," featuring Skeletor. So the lyrics work.
It's
for
on
Skeletor and
YouTube.
Evelyn. Yeah,
Check it
it's
out.
on YouTube.
Did you do it in the voice?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
How do you not? You know, I mean, it's brilliant. It's so much fun. I mean, just writing the lyrics it was a freaking riot.
But
Yeah.
it really forced me to get in the character for the first time. I was on stage. It was my voice singing. I had to perform. And it was, so to me, I think that was my breakthrough, like, cosplay moment.
Okay. Are there any upcoming cosplay projects that you're working on?
I actually just talked about this at the panel.
I wasn't at the panel.
No. I was just mentioning, but we just came from a panel where I talked about this, and I won't say booed. I was a little jeered by some of the other panelists because I don't like to talk about. There's two reasons I don't like to talk about projects that I'm working on or want to do, because I feel the pressure of oh man, I said I was gonna do this, and for XYZ reason I can't finish this. So I mean,
You can plead the fifth if you want to.
yeah, I mean that's tough. And then the other side of it is like I don't want to talk about a project because I mean I'm not saying I have a golden idea for something, but I kind of like to have that impact where people don't know what I'm showing up and don't even know it's me when I'm there, and they're just like, oh, did you see that guy? And be like, oh yeah, that guy was cool. Because I don't care to. I'm not looking for celebrity. I just like hanging out with people and getting excited about art stuff.
No, that's completely cool. You can shut me down on that question.
But no,
Thanks,
I did,
Paul.
But
Thanks.
I did do. Okay, I will tell you that I'll say this because I'm 80% sure that's going to happen at ASEN. I grew up watching Spectre-Man, if anyone's familiar. Dr. Gory from Spectre-Man. He's the simian he's Spectre-Man's nemesis. He's blonde hair. You got to say it if you don't know it. But yeah, he a character that's always been kind of cool in my head, probably because I grew up as a kid. He's not really a great character, but he's awesome. I think he's awesome. So yeah, ASEN, it's been a while.
Okay, you?
For me, my niece is just getting into anime, and it's actually a fandom I haven't really dug into. So there's a whole new world for me out there. But I was drawn to Lane. So I'm thinking I'm finally going to see my bear pajamas costume come to life.
Okay.
And throw in some old school.
She did say bear's costume because she's got another costume that's bear related she'd like to do.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do a Bjork from the Human Behavior video.
Okay, I know that. I can actually see that, though.
Yeah, so
too.
we talked about dressing Paul up as a giant bear.
As the bear, and how
do you
to wear
strap
her
me
in a
into this-
harness so
Yeah.
she's in the belly of the bear.
Oh, that's actually, I would
So,
like to see a picture of that down the road.
Maybe
Right.
someday.
If people wanted, as we're wrapping this up, if people wanted to find out more about We Are Cosplay, how can they find you online?
We're on Facebook, of course. We Are Cosplay, easy enough. There's the group page, and that's where we connect with our community. You can request membership there. It's a closed community, mainly because we want it close to the people who are engaged, creatives. If you're looking for pictures of cosplayers and stuff like that, Google's a great resource for that. And then you can follow the individual, people that you meet at conventions. But that's more of a haven for the artists involved, so they can share their projects and tips and ideas and stuff like that. The website.
wearecosplay.com, also Twitter. We're also on Flickr if you want to see all the awesome images from our members who are photographers.
And
all their
the-
work is on there.
And the YouTube channel. It's
We Are Cosplay?
Broken Starship is the production name. But yeah, just on YouTube, look for We Are Cosplay. You'll find a video for all our events that Nick shoots and edits on his own.
All right, well, Paul and Angelique, not so much Nick anymore.
Nick?
No, that's all cool. It's all good. I would like to thank you two for granting this interview. It was 3, but now 2.
Yeah,
Folks,
we'll take the credit.
Yes, please do. Please do. I think I might even edit him out altogether. I don't know. Folks, this is Joe from MIGeekscene at Midwest Media Expo with Paul and Angelique of We Are Cosplay. Take it easy.
Thanks, Joe.
Cheers.